Hiya, it's Zoe. Continuing on with the top 300 series, we're gonna start off with diabetes for this video. So continuing on, gonna say generic, brand name, indication, followed by drug class. So starting off, we have metformin, brand names Fortimet, Glucophage, and Glumetza. It's used for type 2 diabetes and is a biginide. And then linagliptin, brand name Tradjenta. It's used for type 2 diabetes and is a dipeptide peptidase 4 inhibitor. Sitagliptin, brand name Januvia, is used for type 2 diabetes and is a dipeptidyl peptidase 4 inhibitor. Metformin hydrochloride with sitagliptin phosphate, brand name Janumet. It is used for type 2 diabetes and it is a dipeptidyl peptidase 4 inhibitor and a biginide. Dulagliptide, brand name Trulicity, is used for type 2 diabetes and is a glucagon-like peptide 1 receptor agonist. Xanadine, brand names Bidurian and Byetta. It's used for type 2 diabetes and is a glucagon-like peptide 1 receptor agonist. Liraglutide, brand names Saxenda and Victoza. It's used for type 2 diabetes and obesity and is a glucagon-like peptide 1 receptor agonist. Canagliflozin. I'm thinking I'm pronouncing that one right. Canagliflozin. Zoine? I don't know. Brand name Invokana. It's used for type 2 diabetes and is a sodium glucose cotransporter 2 inhibitor. Empagliflozin. Don't know if I'm pronouncing the last part of that one right at all. Brand name Jardiance. Is used for type 2 diabetes and is a sodium glucose cotransporter 2 inhibitor. Dapagliflozin. Zoine? I don't know. Brand name Farxiga is used for type 2 diabetes and heart failure. It is a sodium glucose cotransporter 2 inhibitor. Glimepiride, brand name Amaral. It's used for type 2 diabetes and it's a sulfonylurea. Glipizide, brand names Glucotrol and Glucotrol XL, is used for type 2 diabetes and is a sulfonylurea. Glipiride, brand name Diabeta, is used for type 2 diabetes and is a sulfonylurea. Pioglitazone, brand name Actos, is used for type 2 diabetes and is a thiazolinedione. Thiazolinedione. Don't know if I pronounced that right. Moving on. Insulin degludec, brand name Tresiba. It's used for type 1 or type 2 diabetes, and it is a long-acting insulin. Insulin detromere, brand names Levemir or Levemir Flex Pen, is used for type 1 or type 2 diabetes, and is a long-acting insulin. Insulin glargine, brand names Lantus or Lantus Solostar, are long-acting insulins, and are type 1 or for type 1 or type 2 diabetes. Said that one backwards, but that's fine. But I really wanted to say all the long-acting insulins that I see in my pharmacy usually come in pins. So that's how I usually see them. And that's how I remember that they're for long acting, because they usually come in like a longer, method of giving it. So, and some of the other ones, it kind of doesn't make sense when you get there because they're in like little vials. And some of them are also in like syringes as well, but this is like how I remember those like main three that they're long acting. Continuing on. Insulin NPH, brand names Humulin N and Novolin N, is is used for type 1 or type 2 diabetes and is an intermediate acting insulin. Insulin NPH and insulin regular, brand names Humulin 7030 or Novolog 7030, is used for type 1 or type 2 diabetes. Used for intermediate acting is an intermediate acting insulin or short acting insulin. So usually if I see that it has an N, like in the brand or a generic sometimes, or if it's like a 70-30, you know that it's a mix, so you know it's going to have either short, intermediate, long, or intermediate, so it's going to have like one of those. But the NPH, like the N's, I always know are kind of more intermediate acting. So like with the next one, we have insulin regular, Humulin R and Novolin R. You know that they're the regular ones, which are short acting, which you see it's combined with the Humulin and Novolin in 70-30. So, insulin regular, Humulin R, Novolin R, it's used for type 1 or type 2 diabetes. It's short acting. Insulin Aspart, brand names Novolog or Novolog FlexPen, are used for type 1 or type 2 diabetes, is a rapid acting insulin. And finally, insulin Lispro or Humalog is used for type 1 or type 2 diabetes and is a rapid acting. So really don't see Novolog a whole lot in my pharmacy. Like every once in a while maybe we'll dispense a pen, but it's very, very uncommon. So that's why I don't see it as a long-acting, one of the long-acting insulins. It's just kind of like, oh, aspartate, it's rapid. I don't know how to describe that one. And, like, I see Humulin R and Humalog more. Like, usually most patients get a Humulin with Atlantis or a Humalog with Atlantis. Like, that's usually the usual combinations, and that's how I remember things. I hope this helps. Have fun.